So a bunch of you people blew up one of my previous videos that I did last week. So I'm here on the Steam Deck. I basically set up some configurations for Total Annihilation because a lot of you seem to like that. I don't know why, but yeah, it was doing better numbers than I've had in a bit. So yeah, basically, so for those that don't know, there are a lot of games that work pretty well on the Steam Deck. So here on Total Annihilation on the game listing, if you look at the details, it says Valve is working on adding support for this game. But yeah, Steam Deck compatibility is apparently not the best according to it. But I said, whatever. So I went through the the manual for Total Annihilation that I have on GOG and went through, let me view the layout, and put together a layout for it. So it does take advantage of mode shifts as well. So you can see the basic ones. You've got your mouse on the joystick and the trackpad. Trackpad works really, really nicely. You've got your build order stuff, canceling on B and whatnot. Your build menu. Tracking units is A, so like whenever you press T, it basically follows the unit that you have selected. And then of course our arrow keys on the joystick and D-pad to allow us to move the view around. So when I was looking at it, I set the left trackpad as basically 1 through 9, fills out in a perfect grid. And so that lets you select unit menus. So like 1 will be your order menu, 2 is the first build menu, and then 3 and so on. And I was looking at the back keys, and I'm like, okay, I can mode shift the numbers here or something, but then I'm like, wait, I could simplify it and just like make Alt L4 so that you can select a squad, and then Control, because you probably are going to be using it a lot less, is L5 so that you can select and create your squads. I have score display set on, well, the spacebar set on the left bumper, and then I moved right mouse click to the right bumper, and left mouse click stays the same. So the left trigger here fulfills a bunch of mode shifting things. So, and I also have shift on R4 and then toggling HP bars, the grave tilde on R5. But if we go and dig deeper into the layout, so all of our mode shifts are enabled on the left trigger pull. So we change our button layout, which I did double check to test. So Y does F1, so it brings up unit info. I didn't name these. I should have, honestly, but yeah. Here we have it again in detail, the other ones we've looked at. So Control C on X for selecting our commander. So you go left trigger X, and that will select your commander. Control B, or left trigger B for self-destructing, and then left trigger A for our Control Z for selecting all of the same unit overall. And then I have enabled a mode shift on the D-pad, so like up and down change game speed when you're holding the left trigger. And then we've also got D-gun on the right in that mode shift. And then going to, what was it? The previous menu, the unit's previous menu is on the left with that mode shift. Again, we don't have anything directly mapped to the left trigger because it fulfills that mode shifting thing. Let's see, we didn't do any mode shifts on the joysticks. I thought about it, but it's like, it's fine. So here's where the trackpad comes in. So we've got numbers and then orders. So numbers just makes it easy to access all your squads kind of just right away. So that's why it's our default one. And our orders are more of like keyboard shortcuts for all the orders that are already on the sidebar here. So if we go into the numbers, you can see that it lays out in a grid nicely. And then orders are the same way it came out. So like we've got our stop in the center here, and then all of our other commands as well. So we've got attack, guard, move, patrol, stop, capture, degun, repair, and reclaim. So I've used, tried to get icons as close as I could for each of those. So, and some people may appreciate that, the reclaim icon one. But yeah. So finally, since that's the whole key layout, that covers most everything that I could think of that is used on the keyboard basically. So when I first tried running it, I had issues with it kind of crashing basically. So I've forced Proton 6.3 as the version that we used to play, and it runs perfectly now. So if you are playing it on your deck, then that's what has worked for me so far. So if you've got that set in your Steam settings for Proton across the board, then it should work. Otherwise, you have to specify it here. But so then we can go in and play, and we will not need to mess around with any mappings. So I did share this in the community layouts. There are a couple others, but this is available in the community layouts if you have Total Annihilation, which only costs like $5 on Steam, I believe, and you have a Steam Deck. Some of these should work potentially for the Steam controller, but yeah, Steam controller does connect really nicely to it, obviously, as well. So we yoink here. So I have a game that I was kind of testing around with it. Shore to Shore is kind of my classic, leave me alone, let me build map. So you can see the joystick works pretty well here. I've got my classic border of defenses that I'm putting up. So I did not implement a pause key, actually, now that I think about it. So you kind of have to hit that start key or menu key a couple times to get out of it. But yeah, so I can select units. I can sit here and tack down on the trackpad, click down on the trackpad to go click as well. And let me pick, so let's go with this. So we can use the joystick to move the camera around, and it works really well. So holding R4, bump, bump, bump. And of course, I'm allocating space for naval craft to get through. So yeah. I'm putting these closer to the line for obvious reasons. So we can slap you, and we can hold shift and click over here to move you out of the way so that you don't get in the way of this guy. So the mouse kind of sits here all pretty. So if I go left trigger X, we go to our commander directly. And so to show this off again, works pretty decently. We can flick between the two that way, and then we can deselect with that as well. So yeah, right click works pretty well. And if I open the mode shift, you can see our menu comes up. It's not in a horrible position by default, so yeah. Then here's our game speed increase, obviously. We're kind of short on metal for reasons. So we can go over here and stare at our opponent. But yeah. That's the wrong key combo. Yeah, we can still bring up the keyboard using the Steam shortcuts, which is how you're going to enter different things and all that. I did not, and what is it? So if we go back into the controller layout, you can see we've got that. So controller settings. Again, if you go into community layouts, you can see Total Annihilation by the book. So, and by me. I don't know why it's showing 2 for me, but it might only show 1 for you. But yeah. So if we want to edit the layout, so if you're like one of those that doesn't quite like the layout the way it is, then that's an option that you have. Let me actually. So what we can do in reality. So if we go into our tab key, see options. So we can change this because it basically does the same thing as F2. So we can go to, hey, buddy. Where's our pause break? Doggone it. Hot dang. Huh, looks like they don't have it here. Well, that stinks. So what we can do is we change the tab to enter. And now we've got our input. And so now we can do cheeky things like do our cheats. But yeah, so all works pretty well. One thing I was thinking, looking at how well the last video did on Total Annihilation, I might think about doing a playthrough of the campaign. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, that is Total Annihilation. So yeah, let me guys know what you think, if that would be something you're interested in, I guess, because some of you are surprised to see Total Annihilation running in 2022. But yeah, comment, leave your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Algorithm really seems to like that, and it actually helps it get directly out to more people. And you can even join the chat and interact when I'm not online or what have you in Discord, Guilded, XMPP, and check out my streaming stuff. Links are all in the description places, and I will see you guys later.